I want to welcome you back to Black Site Tonight. We're going to talk about Karmelo Anthony. White conservative Tim Pool is defending Karmelo Anthony. Also, Karmelo Anthony has raised $350,000 for his legal defense fund. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. This is very surprising that you have a white conservative as big as Tim Pool defending Karmelo Anthony, saying that yes, he may have the right to stand his ground. Just like Brother Quanell X said, here's a young man who was sitting down while it was raining under a tent, scrolling through his Apple phone, wasn't bothering anybody. But the Metcalf twins came over in full force and started harassing him, telling him to move outside the tent. Like I said, like the slave master, move outside the tent. And he refused. And he said, hey, if you touch me again, you gonna FAO, around and find out. And what happened? Austin Metcalf tried to attack this young man, and yes, he did murder Austin Metcalf. Yes, he did admit to murdering Austin Metcalf, but he did it because it was self-defense. He had these two huge twin brothers standing over him. He wasn't bothering anybody. He was there by himself. They came over and approached him, but I forgot. George Zimmerman, Daniel Penny, Kyle Rittinghouse, they get to walk free. But this young man who was bothering nobody, he didn't attack anybody. He didn't go trying to rob anybody. It was them who attacked him. But since he is white, he has that right to tell you to move. Not only does that, he also has the right to put his hands on you. And you see millions of white people. And if you read some of these comment sections, the things they're saying about Karmelo Anthony is absolutely outrageous. But I'll tell you this, that he had the right to defend himself. He had the right just like any other man. And let me tell you something, if you switched, it had two black men, two black teenagers who played on a football team standing over a white kid, and they snatched his bag, and that white kid stabbed him, you would see those same white people defending that white young man. And you know it, and I know it. And I'm glad that Tim Pool said, wait a minute, we're against self-defense now? Now the people who are for stand your ground laws in the South are against stand your ground because it was a young black boy killing this Austin Metcalf? This doesn't make any sense, and I'm glad to see that black people have rallied around this young man. $350,000 has been raised for Karmelo Anthony because we know that this young man was not out there looking for trouble. If I'm sitting there by myself, I'm not harassing you. Only thing he harassing is a cell phone. So, but these cats get to come over to him, put their hands on him, throw his back. I don't know if they punched him or not. But from the witness that we heard in the audio, who was there with his two young girls who saw the incident, he said very clearly that they threw his bag, threw his cell phone to try to grab on him. So he defended himself with a knife. But he's wrong. But he's a thug. Why was he carrying a knife? Why is you carrying the damn gun? You see him in a picture with him and his brothers with shotguns hunting. See, a black man can't defend himself against a white man. He's supposed to sit there and take that ass whooping. But he said, hell no, it's a new day and time. It's 2025. And he stood his ground. But they can't understand that, because color in this whole thing is what it's all about. See, he's a young white boy. And see, like I said, I have seen this in Buffalo when the young white man killed 10 black people. He's still walking around Peyton Gendron alive. You know why? Because the officer ain't shooting because he was white. If he was black, he would have been dead. Wouldn't have heard of him anymore. But this young man, life has been turned upside down. He didn't start the incident. He wasn't bothering anybody. But the other twin brother knows the truth. That they the ones who went over here looking for trouble. And they found it. That's how life is. But he has to bear all the scrutiny, all the hate from the media. And just like Malcolm said, he said the media can make an innocent man guilty and make a guilty man innocent. And I believe that this young man, yes, he used deadly force, but you don't know what you would have done in this situation. He thought that he was going to be attacked and beaten down, so he used what he had, was a knife. And they gonna say it was in a no knife zone, no gun zone, none of that type of stuff. But they're gonna use that against him. But they damn sure wouldn't have used it against Austin Metcalf if he was sitting in the same position that Karmelo Anthony was. So Tim Pool, that conservative out there who is standing up for Karmelo Anthony, is catching hell on his channel. Oh, hey, they about ready to unsubscribe from him forever. For him saying, y'all against protecting yourself. Now that as a black man, he shouldn't have the same right as a white man. You see how the justice system is? The scales are not weighed equally. And in this instances, they're weighed against Karmelo Anthony because he's a black man. You know it, and I know it. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you for listening to Black Sight. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.